Hello, and you're all very welcome along to the latest Champ.ie podcast, Ireland's premier horse racing podcast in association with Boyle Sports, Gorham Park Racecourse, EJ Menswear and Shamrock Thoroughbreds.
As they race up the hill towards the finish, hark the herald here, AntePost has absolutely bolted up under Paul Town, and AntePost won by wide margin. On the final 150 yards, it's Irish point for Marie National, who's coming with every stride. They're going to the line. Irish point, Marie National on the near side.
If you haven't already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Champ.ie YouTube channel, as it helps to get horse racing content out there to the wider audience. We look forward to reading all your hashtag 5cast selections in the comments section below. Enjoy the show.
Boyle Sports. Don't just bet, choose wisely.
Hello, and you're all very welcome along to the latest edition of Champ.ie, and it is coming. This show brings us to the very end of the National Hunt season, where we look at 4 races this week from Punchestown and 1 from Newmarket, which is the 2000 Guineas. Before we start, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your contribution in following the show throughout the National Hunt season, and for commenting in the comment section below and giving us such great interaction throughout the National Hunt season. For me, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I know to the man here with me this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, whatever time you're watching this show, it's also been a very big pleasure, Barry.
Super memories, Dave, and I think one of the real highlights for me, Lecky Watson, obviously going on to win the Grade 1 at the Cheltenham Festival. Been a big fan of the horse. It was great to see him, of course, and Connections getting their day in the sun. A real highlight as well, of course, getting to speak to Willie Mullins just before he went on to land the UK Trainers' Championship champion here in Ireland, of course, multiple champion in Ireland, and to regain his crown, of course, at Sandown was really special as well. And I think a big highlight for the show, Dave, obviously the day is down on Gorham Park, Goffs Tiesta's Day. Nick Rocket going on to win not just of course, the Goffs Tiesta's Chase, but going on to win the Entry Grand National with Patrick on board. For a Tiesta's Chase winner to do that, I mean, we've been singing about the Tiesta's Chase and the good horse that it throws up. That was a massive highlight. And I think one of the, I suppose, the unsung heroes, and we have to plug him once again on the podcast, Dave, our new partner this season, Stephen Thorne and Shamrock Thoroughbreds. For Stephen, in his very first season, I mean, I think at the moment he's still operating well over 25% in terms of strike rate since he started training. And for him to win the winter championship up at Dundalk, the stuff of dreams really for a new trainer, new to the ranks, and Shamrock Thoroughbreds as well. So, and who could forget, Dave, our trip down to Sligo to get suited and booted for the National Hunt campaign. A big thank you as well to EJ Menswear, of course, up in Sligo. So it's been a fantastic season all around. We look forward to, I suppose, season number 7, but we're not done with for season number 6 as of yet. As you said, Dave, we'll be announcing our schedule, our upcoming schedule. Still more shows to come in season 6, and we'll be announcing more shows on YouTube. We're like the Wolf Tones, Dave. We never finish.
We never finish, is right. We're always ready for more. And, well, a big congratulations as well to our very lucky winner this week, who picked out 3 fabulous winners. Isabel Sutton, many congratulations to you. You had Bustleton, Jericho the Repine, and Majborough. Well done to you. You are our lucky winner. And Barry has the details of your prize.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, get in touch, obviously, via DM, and tickets to Gorham Park at some stage over the summer for you, and some Shamrock Thoroughbreds merchandise as well. So, yeah, listen, continue to put in your selections down below. We have a 5cast, as you'll see the race details up on screen to enter for, I suppose, day 5 of Punchestown, and we're also going to look at the, of course, the 2000 Guineas to conclude. So, a 5cast, Dave, up on screens, and we encourage everyone to get their selections for Saturday down below.
Absolutely right, Barry. Let's get into it, because we'll kick off the show with the first race we look at of the 5cast this week, and it's the Handicap Chase. It's the 305 at Punchestown on Saturday.
Yeah, stamina to the 4, Dave, and I suppose plenty of the runners here. I mean, Gordon runs 4 in the race, and you just wonder, is it an afterthought, and are we dealing with, I suppose, tired horses coming into this 3 mile 7 contest? And the one I think that's laid out for the race is the horse that was finished second in the race last season, and I thought was going to win in Truth Jumping the last. I'd say just got a little bit tired on the soft ground. Now, he's not an easy horse to win with. The horse is called Your Own Story. This horse, even though Davy's only won once over fences, he's been second, wait for it, on 9 occasions. So, people watching on might say, is that the sort of horse you want to be backing here? I just think he's a lovely profile for the race, and I think he'll be banged there once again. He's ultra consistent. He's 12 to 1 on the tissue prices, Dave. So I think he'll hit the frame. I'd say he's laid out for for the race, as mentioned, for Lucinda Russell. It's plan C, I'd say, for a lot of the runners in the lineup here at the end of a hard season. This horse had a lovely prep at Kelso, hit the line very, very hard over 3 mile and 2 furlongs behind Cadell. And Lucinda Russell was actually interviewed that morning on the ITV opening show, and she thought Cadell would take the world of beating. So this horse has obviously ran him very, very close, only beaten half a length. And I suppose look at the rating of the horse. He's coming in off the exact same mark as last season, 125. And the better ground, I think, Dave, this year will definitely suit. Both wins for Your Own Story have come on good ground. So I think he ticks a lot of boxes. He's less than 11 stone. And for a race like this, 3 mile 7 round Punchestown at the back end of the season, I think you're going to need to have something up your sleeve, and I think he does.
Lovely. Let's move on then to another listed contest at Punchestown on Saturday. It's the 4:15 contest, and maybe a nice starting point here. I thought an interesting one, at least, was the likely race Majestic Force. Seems very fairly treated on Handicap Chase debut, and a staying chaser type finished 5th to the recent champion hurdle winner Golden Ace at Cheltenham in March 2024. Worry is Henry de Bromit's horses really haven't been on super fire this week at Punchestown, but I just thought, Barry, that Majestic Force might be interesting for Henry and Rachel in this listed contest.
Yeah, the one I'm drawn to here, Dave, is Canal End, and it's nice to see Peter Fahey back with a nice horse. This will be a popular winner if he gets the job done and backs up his Navan win. He's up £9, Canal End, for that victory, but straight away afterwards, I mean, Peter Fahey, the comments was he never travelled at any stage in the race. And I mean, look at the last 2 furlongs, he's really impressed here. He's up £9. The ground is going to be, more to his liking. He's by walking the park with soft ground at Navan. I think he's going to enjoy the nicer ground conditions. And as mentioned, he's only up £9, which leaves him just £4 higher, Dave, over hurdles, over fences, should I say, than his hurdles mark. And off 129, I thought he could still be very, very competitive. The nice ground, as mentioned, definitely a positive. He only has 10 stone 5, and JP has won this race twice in the last decade, donkey years back in 2022. That won, and that was sent off 9-2 favourite, and that carried less than 11 stone. And similar, Gallant Oscar went off 5-2 favourite. Tony Martin trained back in 2015, and that went off 5-2. A shot, and that would carry, should I say, less than 11 stone. So I think he ticks a lot of boxes. It'd be nice, as I said, for Peter Fahey to get another winner, and would be one of my stronger selections at Punchestown on Saturday. I thought Canal End didn't get a run, of course, in the Boyle Sports Irish Grand National, was kept out, obviously, and didn't get a run at Sandown as well, where he was entered as well. He gets a run here, and it's calmer waters, I think, as well, Dave. So Canal End, good opportunity.
Yeah, we move on to the grade 1 at 450, Barry, and of course we have some Triumph hurdle with the 1-2 in here, Ponera for Willie Mullins, and we have Lolamba. I'm still a little bit, when I look back at Lolamba's performance at Cheltenham, you're saying to yourself, a little bit like 6.5 we spoke about, who disappointed on a Thursday at Punchestown, but Lolamba could be the one here, because that was some run against Willie Mullins' charge, who reopposes once again from the Triumph.
Yeah, look, I think Lolamba is definitely going to be long-term the best horse in the race, Dave, and is coming here, I suppose, a lightly raced horse as well. Was heading into the Triumph off the back of just one run, of course, for Nicky Henderson, who in this race at Punchestown, Dave, has won the race 3 times, I think, in his career. Punjabi, Grand Away, and Fusil Raffles. So he likes to come here for this race, Nicky Henderson. And this horse, I think, definitely is the rightful favourite. Willie Mullins, of course, he's won this race 9 times in the last 11 years. And we've had 8 winning favourites in the last 11 as well. So front end of the market, Willie Mullins, Nicky Henderson, which way are you going to side? I have to say, I was very, very impressed, Dave. And I think with the what have we got? The 11 runners, I think, left in the race. We've over the 8 anyway, so 3 places.
12, Barry, yeah.
Yeah, 12 runners. So I was really drawn to Mercia for the simple reason she took almost an unexplainable step forward at entry last time. I mean, coming from France, from David Cottons to Willie Mullins, I thought she was going to take high rank this season. Owned by Kenny Alexander, of course, and finished. It was a disappointing run, I thought, in the Boodles, but on the nicer ground at entry. Of course, this horse was a listed winner, don't forget, over hurdles for David Cotton before ever coming to Willie Mullins. She's had 8 runs now over hurdles. She's a tough mare. She takes her racing. And we saw, some upsets at Punchestown in the week. Horses maybe not running the race. I'm confident that this horse will be thereabouts. She's only £1 wrong with Lolamba on official ratings after you take into consideration the allowance as well. So I just thought with with such a big improvement from Cheltenham to Aintree, if she continues to progress, a tough mare, Mercia, is the horse we're talking about. 6-1 best price at the moment. I thought it was an each way bet to nothing. Poneros, don't forget, went off 100-1 for the Triumph Hurdle, won the race and could be very, very smart. I'm not saying he's not a bad animal, and he is the choice of Paul Townend. I think it's fascinating that he has picked Poneros, but I have to say Mercia, I think she'll be bang in the mix. Rachel Blackmore in the honeysuckle colours. That'd be a story, wouldn't it, on Saturday at Punchestown?
Absolutely, it would. I'm going to be putting forward Doyle Lamba as my nap pick of Saturday, I have to say. Right, we're going into the ad break, and we'll be back with the final two races we look at, which, of course, is the 525 at Punchestown and the 2,000 guineas from Newmarket.
Yes, so hello, Barry Doyle from the Champ.ie podcast, Ireland's Funny Horse Racing podcast. I'm here with my co-host, David Byrnes, and we're here in Sligo Town, David, in EJ Menswear, and EJMenswear.com. Fantastic season ahead. EJ has kindly partnered up with us to be the men's fashion partner with Champ.ie for the season. And David, we're suited and booted. You're looking sharp.
Yeah, well, thanks very much. And this fantastic bundle and this outfit we're wearing is costing $2.99. It sets you up beautifully for the racing season ahead, which includes Leopardstown at Christmas, Thyestes Day at Gorham Park, and of course, if you want to go even bigger, you can get togged out for the Cheltenham and Aintree festivals later on in the season.
Absolutely, and of course, check out the Champ.ie podcast right throughout the season, Mondays and Thursdays, and look at the offer, the tailored bundle for the racing season, $2.99, blazer, shirt, chino, socks and shoes. What's not to like, lads? Check out EJMenswear.com to find out all the racing offers.
Yeah, great to have EJ Menswear on board this year, and a massive hello to all the guys down in Sligo, and we look forward to continued support from you guys as we continue with Champ.ie over the course of the summer. Barry, let's move on with two more races to look at, and next of those is the 525. This is a listed hurdle over 2.5 miles.
I was drawn again to the eye catcher of the whole Cheltenham Festival for me. It was the Company Sergeant. This horse circled the entire field under the hands of Conor Stonewalsh. It gave up a lot of ground over fences, of course, in that plate handicap. And this horse was only having his second start, of course, heading to Cheltenham for Gavin Cromwell, and back over hurdles here. Just thought fascinating, and a nice piece of placing for Gavin Cromwell here. 10 stone 9, so carries less than the 11 stone. This seems to be the Company Sergeant's trip, the intermediate distance as well. Could be well in off his hurdles mark of 133, considering he's now 141 as a chaser. And having just, as mentioned, Dave, his third start for the Gavin Cromwell stable, there could be more to come. He's an experienced 8-year-old as well. Like, he's had plenty of racing, but we've seen in the past, Gavin Cromwell, he can eke out that little bit of improvements in horses that, transfer stable. And I just think the Company Sergeant could be well enough his hurdles mark of 133. So that'll be the one for me. Conor Stonewalsh to make amends for, not saying it was a bad ride, but certainly was he left him with a lot to do, I thought, at the Cheltenham Festival. The Company Sergeant circling the field. He was an eye catcher.
He certainly was. Well, the 2,000 guineas on Saturday at Newmarket. What a race we have in store here. You've got to go back to 2019 since Aidan O'Brien last won the race, of course, with Magna Graecia on that occasion. And since then, there's been wins in the race for Andrew Balding, Jim Bulger, Charlie Appleby twice, and also Andrew Balding in 2023 with Chaldine. This year, we've 11 runners lining up. We've got a 7-4 favourite in Field of Gold, who was impressive for a lot of eyes last time out at Newmarket at 7-4. Then expanded runs for Aidan O'Brien at 4-1. Ruling Court also at 4-1. And there's a runner in here that I think could be completely overpriced in the Guineas, Barry, and that's a horse by the name of Green Impact. If you go back to Green Impact's run at Leopardstown over a mile back in September of last year, he was behind a beta horse by Delacroix and Bernard Shaw, but it was the manner of victory in which he did it. And I think the son of Wooten Bassett, Jessica Harrington runner, and Shane Foley on board, 12-1 for the Guineas on Saturday. I think that price will shrink. I think that will be very well supported. Barry, what's your take on the big one, the Guineas at the weekend?
Well, Dave, my nap for the last day of Punchestown actually comes at Newmarket, and it is the favourite Field of Gold. I have to say, I was on duty the day this horse won the Craven, and a bit like the Cello, I'm not entirely sure the Cello for the Ballymore. I'm not entirely sure the Craven is the best trial maybe for the Guineas, and I don't know why, because it is on the Rolly Mile. It comes as a nice gap between the Craven obviously, and the Guineas meeting at Newmarket. And I just love the way this horse, handled the dip. Took off inside the last furlong. And in fairness, Kieran's shoe mark, the gaps didn't appear straight away. He had to sit and suffer a little bit. And I thought was full value for that 3-length winner. His only disappointment really in his career, Dave, did come at Longchamp on soft ground. So, with the nice ground here, John Gosden, Juddmonte, Fields of Gold. And the other thing to mention, I think it is worth noting as well, Team Juddmonte did have options for the Guineas. Obviously, the Charlton runner doesn't come here. Be interested to see, do we see that one in Ireland, maybe in France. But I'd have to say it, Field of Gold really just took my eye. I think it's definitely the worthy favourite. As you mentioned, Aidan O'Brien doesn't appear to have anything. Scotty Champ, I think, will need to step up. Could be the best of the Irish. I do respect your selection, Dave, with Dusty Foley on board. But Juddmonte last won the Guineas, of course, just 2 seasons ago, I do believe, with Chaldean. And I think they have a good opportunity, a real good opportunity. 7-4, Field of Gold, my nap pick of the weekend, I have to say. Favourites in recent years, Dave, haven't had the best record in the 2000 Guineas. I think this is a worthy favourite. And John Gosden, I think, is a smart horse on his hands. Dashing Grey, Field of Gold, to win the Guineas. That's the nap pick at 7-4 for the 2000 Guineas. And it could be a very good weekend as well, Dave. I'm watching decks this morning as we're recording for Juddmonte, because I think Gerlines' runner, if it does head across to Newmarket, I think that's a tip in itself. Red Letter doesn't travel him over all that often. And I think I give that a massive chance of overturning both the O'Brien representative, of course, and Desert Flower at the top of the market for Godolphin. So Red Letter for Gerlines and Colin Keane, I think, will have a massive chance if she takes her place at Newmarket. And it could be a famous Juddmonte double on the Roly Mile at Newmarket this weekend. But really looking forward to it. And as mentioned, we look forward to announcing more shows, Dave, in the coming days on social media. So stay tuned. And a big congratulations as well to Izzo Sutton, who was our, of course, winner from the selections on the day-by-day videos. But let us know your selections, your 5-cast selections down below, of course, for episode 45, season 6, Dave, of Champ.ie.
Absolutely. And you're just on the Guineas. You've got to go back to 2017 for the last winning favourite, which was Churchill, Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore, drawn in stall number 3. Right, the best picks, Barry's with the nap in the Guineas for the weekend. I'm going with Lalamba at Punchestown. And I do think that 12-1 about Green Impact for the Guineas, if you can get a little bit of that each way, I think that'll be pretty nice. As Barry said, keep an eye out for social media information that will be coming. We've a number of shows still to bring you over the course of the summer. And once again, from all the team at Champ.ie, thank you most sincerely for watching us and joining us. And Barry, not before we go, a great day still to come down at Gorham Park, of course.
Yeah, of course, there's still tickets available. It's sunny weather at Punchestown. It'll certainly be sunny weather at Gorham Park on the June bank holiday, of course. Buses in and out of the city as well, has the makings of a fantastic weekend all around in Kilkenny. Gorham Park, of course, the flat season very much underway. Big thanks to Eddie and the guys down on course. And we're really looking forward to rocking the tent after racing as well with good old Robert Grace, a local to Gorham Park, but he'll have the guitar out and the tent will be hopping. It's not just Tiesta's Day that Gorham Park is a good venue, Dave. Obviously, when the sun is shining, no better place in Ireland.
Absolutely no better place in Ireland. Well, that's it from myself and Barry. And remember, once again, a massive thank you for all your support throughout the course of the season, and more shows to follow. From Barry and myself, have a great weekend.